with many challenges. You try acting excited when that round-headed kid comes home from school.
A prince and a prince could be king.
All right, Linus, I want you to take a good look at Charlie Brown's face. Would you please hold still a minute, Charlie Brown? I want Linus to study your face. Now, this is what you call a failure face. Notice how it's failure written all over it. Study it carefully. You rarely see such a good example. Notice the deep lines, the dull, vacant look in the eye. Well, I would say this is one of the finest examples of a failure face you're liable to see for a long while.
You're a good man. You're a good man.
She's looking at me. She's looking at me.
No, Sally, you're thinking of that other dress. The one I wore to Lucinda's party. The one I'm talking about is very light blue and had a design embroidered around the waist. I don't remember. It had something like this, and the skirt went out like this, and it had puffy sleeves and stashed like this.
Oh yes, I remember.
Yes, that was just, it was like last weekend I met Frida. She told me she'd see one just like it over at.
Lunchtime is about the worst time of the day for me.
A white dress, nice slippers, and a big ball. But I guess that's sort of silly, isn't it, Charlie Brown?
No, not at all. I mean, we all have our little daydreams or ambitions or whatever you want to call them. I've had one myself for years, but I've never told anybody.
What, Charlie Brown? You can tell me.
No, I don't think I should. It's not the sort of thing I should tell.
Oh, come on. I'm going to give it away. Come on, please.
Well, I've always wanted to be called Flash. I hate the name Charlie. I'd like to be so good at everything that everyone would call me Flash. I'd like to be real athletic and so good at everything that all around school I'd be known as Flash.
Hey, Frida, listen to this!
The dog could not be less interested.
I got it! You give me back my blanket! No, I got it and I'm going to keep it. This is just the start you need to help you break this disgusting habit. Apparently you haven't read the latest scientific reports. A blanket is as important to a child as a hobby is to an adult. Many a man spent his time restoring antique automobiles, building model trains, collecting old telephones, or even studying about the Civil War. This is called playing with the past.
Really?
Yes, and this helps a man cope with their everyday problems. Now I feel like it's going to be absolutely necessary for me to get my blanket back, so I'm just going to give it a good yank. It's surprising what you can do with Tina. I intend to be queen. When I grow up, I'll be the biggest queen there ever was. And I'll live in a big palace with a big front lawn and have lots of beautiful dresses to wear. And when I go out to my coach, Lucy, all the people will cheer and I will shout to them, "Ha, Lucy! I believe queen is an inherited title." Yes, of the correct lineage so that she can assume the throne after the death of a reigning monarch. I can't think of any possible way for you to become Queen, Lucy. I'm sorry, but it's true. And in the summertime, I will go to my summer palace, and I will wear my crown and swimming and everything, and all the people will cheer, and I will shout to them, "Ha! What do you mean I can't be queen?" I'm sorry, Lucy, but it's true. This must be a loophole. This sort of thing always happens in a loophole. Nobody should be kept from being queen if she wants to be one. It's undemocratic. Good grief. It's usually just a matter of knowing the right people. I bet a few pieces of wealthiest correspondence, and I'll get to be queen in no time. I think I'll watch television. I know what I'll do. I can't be queen. I'll be very rich. I'll work and work till I'm very rich, and I'll buy myself a queendom. Good grief. Yes, I'll buy myself a queendom, and I'll kick the old queen out and run the whole operation myself. I'll be hey queen. Switch channels. Are you kidding? I'm not one of your royal subjects. What makes you think you can just come over here and take over? Nice. These 5 fingers individually are nothing. So when I curl them together, they become a fighting force, terrible to behold. Yes, Your Majesty.
Everything is going wrong. I just don't know what to do.
I'm sorry to hear that, Charlie Brown. I know what you need most of all is to come right out and meet all the things that are wrong with you.
Do you really think that'll help?
Certainly.
All right, I'll try. I'm not very handsome or clever or lucid. I've always been stupid at spelling and numbers. I've never been much playing football or baseball or stickball or checkers or marbles or ping pong. I'm usually awful at parties and dances. I stand like a stick, or I cough, or I laugh, or I don't bring a present, or I spill the ice cream, or I get so depressed that I stand and I scream, oh how could there possibly be one small person as thoroughly, totally, utterly blah as me?
Well, that's okay for a starter.
A starter?
Certainly. You don't think that by mentioning a few superficial failings is going to do you any good, do you? But Charlie Brown, you really got to delve. You're stupid, self-centered, and moody.
I'm moody.
You're terribly dull to be with.
Yes, I am. And nobody likes me, not Frida, or Shermie, or Linus, or Schroeder,
Or Lucy.
or Lucy,
Or Snoopy.
or Snoop. Wait a minute, Snoopy likes me.
He only pretends to like you because you feed him. That doesn't count.
Or Snoopy. Oh, why was I born just to be one small person as thoroughly, totally, utterly?
Wait! You're not very much of a person.
That's certain.
And yet there is reason for hope. There's hope for although you're no good at music like Schroeder, or happy like Snoopy, or lovely like me. You have the distinction to be no one else but this singular, remarkable, unique Charlie Brown.
I'm me.
It's amazingly true. For whatever it's worth, Charlie Brown, you're you.
Gosh, Lucy, you know something? I'm beginning to feel better already. You're a true friend, Lucy. A true friend.
That was 5 cents. Schroeder, do piano players make a lot of money?
Money? Who cares about money? This is art, you blockhead. This is great music I'm playing, and playing great music is an art. Do you hear me? An art! Art, 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 art!
You fascinate me. What? What? What?
Call the principal and hand him the news. We got a holiday that he can't refuse. A day of harmony, a day of music. Beethoven's birthday, a reverential mission.
Beethoven. picture I gave you?
I threw it away.
With your own hands?
Of course.
You touched my picture! Peter Rabbit is a stupid book about a stupid rabbit who steals vegetables from other people's gardens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 83 to go.
Name of the book about which this book report is about is Peter Rabbit, which is about this rabbit. I found it very, I like the part where it was, it reminded me of Robin Hood. And the part where little Johnny jumped from the box, the sheriff was not on his back, and then Robin and everyone saw him in the trees and a sudden surprise attack. And he captured the sheriff and all of its goods, and they carried him back and came in the woods, and the sheriff was dead, and it didn't whistle, but he wriggled away, and he sounded the gong, and the man rushed in the air and was flew. Peter Rabbit did sort of that kind of thing too.
The other people's names must be gray. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
In examining a work such as Peter Rabbit, it is important that the superficial characteristics of its deceptively simple plot should not be allowed to blind the reader to the more substantial fabric of its deeper motivations. In this report, I plan to discuss of sociological implications of family pressures so great as to drive an otherwise moral rabbit to perform acts of thievery which he consciously knew were against the law. I also hope to play Mr. McGregor in his conflicting roles as farmer and humanitarian. Peter Rabbit is as if I start writing now when I'm not really rested. It could upset my thinking, which is no good at all. Get a fresh start tomorrow when it's not due till Wednesday, so I'll have all of Tuesday unless something should happen. Why does this always happen? I should be outside playing, getting fresh air and sunshine. I work best under pressure, and there'll be lots of pressure if I wait till tomorrow. I should start writing now, but if I start writing now when I'm not really rested, it could upset my thinking, which is no good at all.
The name of the rabbit was Peter. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Hop! Down came the staff on his head, smash! And Robin fell like a sack full of lead, crash! The sheriff laughed and he left him for dead, ha! But he was wrong. 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Just then an arrow flew in, wing! It was a sign for the fight to begin. Zing! And then it looked like the sheriff would win, but not for long.
Away they ran, just like rabbits who run a lot, as you can tell from the story of Peter Rabbit, which this report is about.
Rabbits, 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 chasing rabbits.
How do they expect us to write a book report of inequality in just 2 days? How can they conspire to make life so miserable and so effectively in so many ways?
Not to mention the deeply rooted rivalry between Flopsy, Flopsy, and Cottontail.
Rabbit chasing rabbit, chasing rabbit, chasing rabbit. Chasing, chasing, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82.
And they were very, 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 very happy to be home. And 94, 95, the very, very, very end. Amen.
Report on Peter Rabbit.
Peter Rabbit, 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 Peter Rabbit,
a very crabby person, and you're crabby to just about everybody you meet. Now, I hope you don't mind me saying this, Lucy, and I hope it's taken in the spirit that it's meant. I think that we should all be very open to learning more about ourselves. I think that Socrates was very right when he said that the first rule of anyone in life is know thyself. Well, I guess I've said enough. I hope I haven't offended you or anything.
Well, what's Socrates got to do with it anyway? Huh? Who is she anyway? Did she ever get to be queen? Tell me that! Did she ever get to be queen? Did she ever get to be queen? Who's Socrates anyway? Know thyself.
Hey, Snoopy, wanna come help me get my arm back in shape? Ralph, watch out for this one. It's a new fastball.
Excuse me a moment, Charlie Brown, but I was wondering if you mind answering a few questions.
Certainly.
Well, I'm conducting a survey to enable me to know myself better. And first of all, I'd like to ask, on a scale of 0 to 100, using a standard 50 as average, 75 is above average, and 90 is exceptional, where would you rate me with my regards to crabbiness?
Lucy, I don't know.
Your ballots need not be signed, and all answers will be held in strictest confidence.
Still, Lucy, that's a very hard question to answer.
You may have a few moments to think it over if you'd like, or come back to that question later.
I think I'd like to come back to it later if you don't mind.
The next question deals with certain character traits you may have observed. Regarding personality, would you say that mine is A, forceful, B, pleasing, or C, objectionable? Would that be A, B, or C? Which one would your answer be, Charlie Brown? A, B, or C? Which one would you say? Charlie Brown?
Well, I'd have to say forceful, Lucy, but...
Very well then. I'll put a check mark next to it. Now, would you rate my ability to get along with other people as poor, fair, good, or excellent?
I think that depends a lot on what you mean by get along.
You know, make friends, sparkle in a crowd, that sort of thing.
Do you have a space for abstention?
Certainly. The next question deals with physical appearance. In referring to my beauty, would you say that I was stunning, mysterious, or intoxicated?
I don't know, Lucy. You look just fine to me.
Stunning. All right, Charlie Brown. I think we should get back to the first question now. On a scale of 0 to 100, using the standard 50 as average, 75 as...
Remember the question, Lucy.
Well,
51?
51 is your crabbiness rating for me. Very well then. That about does it, I guess. Thank you very much for helping me with this survey, Charlie Brown. Your cooperation has been greatly appreciated.
My pleasure, Lucy. Come on, Snoopy.
Oh wait, one more question. Would you answer yes or no to the question, is Lucy Van Pelt the sort of person you would like to have as president of your club or civic organization?
Yes, by all means, Lucy.
That about does it. Now well, who asked you? Now let's see. That's 51, none of the above. Schroeder is right. I can already feel myself being filled with the glow of self-awareness. Oh, Sally, I'm conducting a survey. I was wondering if 110 C for none of the above. No, and what are you going to do about a decorate my bicycle? It's amazing how fast word these surveys get around. Oh, Linus, I'm glad you're here. I have a few questions to ask you. Sure, go ahead. On a scale of 0 to 100, using a standard 50 as average, 75 is above average, and 90 is exceptional, where would you rate me with my regards to crabbiness? You're my big sister. That's not the question. No. Well, that's the answer. Oh, come on, Linus. Answer the question.
Look, Lucy, I know if I give any sort of honest answer, you're going to slug me.
Linus, a survey that is not based on honest answers. It's like a house that's built on a foundation of sand. When I was spending my time to conduct this survey, and I would expect complete candor in all responses. I promise you, I'll slug you. Now, what is your crabbiness rating for me? 95! It's a woman's prerogative to change her mind. Now I add these two columns, and that gives me my answer. There, it's all done. Now, see what we've got. It's true, I am a crabby person. I'm a very crabby person, and everybody knows it. It's a wonder anyone will still talk to me. It's a wonder I even have friends at all, or even associates. I've been nothing but spreading unhappiness and resentment. Where did I go wrong? How could I be so selfish? How could... Lucy, what's wrong? Don't talk to me, Linus. I don't deserve to be spoken to. I don't deserve to breathe the air I breathe. I'm no good, Linus. No good. That's not true. Yes, it is. And there is no reason at all why I should be living on this planet. Yes, there is. Name one. Name one single reason why I should be living on the face of this earth. Well, for one thing, you have a living brother that loves you.
Oh.
Every now and then I say the right thing. Do you see this tree? It is a fir tree. It's called a fir tree because it gives us fur coats. It also gives us wool in the wintertime. Gosh, Lucy, that's fascinating. This is an elm tree. It's very little, but it will grow up into a giant tree and up. You can tell how old it is by counting its leaves.
Now, Lucy, I don't mean to interfere, but
And way up there, the fluffy little white things, those are clouds, they make the wind blow. And way down there, those tiny little black things, those are bugs, they make the grass grow. Is that so? That's right, they run around all day, tugging at each seedling till it grows into a great tall blade of grass.
gosh, Lucy, that's so interesting. Good grief.
And this thing here, it's called a hydrant. They grow all over, but no one seems to know just how. A little thing like that gives so much water. Do you see that bird? It's called an eagle. But since it's little, it has another name, a sparrow. And on Christmas and Thanksgiving, we eat them.
Now, Lucy, I'm sorry, but I just can't say I can buy
Just there, the little stars and planets make the rain that falls in showers. And when it's cold and winter is upon us, the snow comes up, just like the flowers.
Now, Lucy, I know that's wrong. It doesn't come up, it comes down.
After the snow comes up, the wind blows it around to make it look like it's coming down, but really comes up out the ground like grass. Snow comes up, Charlie Brown! Snow comes up!
Good grief.
Lucy, why is Charlie Brown banging his head against that tree? To loosen the bark to make the tree grow faster. Come along, Linus. Blocks make the wind blow, blocks can make the grass grow. So, there you go. These are little known facts that now you know.